live? Am I live? Let me see. I think I'm live. Let me just check real quick. See. 1 second. Okay. What's up, Rain? Okay. I think my volume is low. Okay. I'm not sure if I should wait for people to come in or if I should just start the stream. My audio is static. Is it terrible? Or, because this is the only mic that I have, I'm sorry. Hopefully it's not too bad. If you're in the stream, you can say hi in the chat. Um, maybe let's just get into it, I guess. Okay, so let me move my camera here. I'm just gonna wait. Let's see. I'll have the chat open on my other screen just so I can see what you guys are saying. Um, hello. No, it's okay, not terrible. Okay. I hope it's not too bad. Well, I didn't lose it. I just don't know where it's at. I have another microphone, but I'm not sure where it's located right now. Anyways, maybe you guys saw my video that I posted. I changed the title just to see if it would perform better, but so I studied Turkish for 6 months, and it was quite the journey. It was a very hard journey, very difficult, because it's a very difficult language, but I'll get into that. Um, and I went all the way to Turkey. So, if you guys don't know, I live in the state of Iowa, but when foreigners ask me where I live, I usually just say that I live in Minnesota because it's just a bigger state, and usually they don't even know where that is either. So, um, usually they only know the states on each coast. Not too many people pay attention to the states in the middle, except for maybe Illinois or Texas. But anyways, I flew from Sioux Falls to Chicago, which was about a couple hours, and then I flew from Chicago to London, and then from London to Istanbul, Turkey. And the flight from Chicago to London was probably about 10 hours long, which really sucked. I absolutely hated it. And by the way, like traveling as a taller guy, mind you, I'm 6'4", so traveling as a taller guy really sucks because you don't have any leg room and it's just really uncomfortable, especially if you have a window seat. It really sucks. Anyways, so I stayed in London for just a couple hours and then I went to Istanbul. And the location of Turkey is very interesting because it's not really Europe. There's like a little bit of Europe here, like Istanbul, like this little sliver here is like Europe. But then it's kind of the Middle East and kind of Asia. It's like this weird little like bridged area. So I lived in Büyükçekmece, I know, a very, very long name, Büyükçekmece. And I'll show you guys kind of around the area that I lived in. Here's like a street view of the area that I lived in. On Google Maps, like the streets don't look too busy, but in real life it is like insanely busy. Like there's traffic 24/7. And by the way, the the streets, there's a lot of hills, very steep hills. So to go to like the bus or somewhere, I had to walk up a bunch of hills, up and down a bunch of hills, and it's really tiring. I have a meme to show actually about this. One second. I'd say like each day I probably walked at least 20,000 steps. Whereas like where I live here in the US, we get in our car, we go from point A to point B, and then we're done, right? So it was kind of like this. POV, it's 8 minutes on Google Maps, but it's Istanbul. Yeah. So, yeah, just going to places was a little difficult. And also, by the way, um, in the apartment complex that I was in, there's like security there. And each time that I went in and out, or no, each time that I returned, I had to explain that I'm a foreigner and that I'm living with my friend, and they had to call my friend Bahadir, and he had to give the okay, which was a little annoying, but that's okay. Now, let me get into. I prepared like a little Google Slides, kinda. Here we go. Uh, Turkey 2024. As you can see, the mosque here that I visited, like all of the bigger buildings have really cool architecture, and obviously there's like some cool pointed towers and bricks and stuff like that. Like I said, with the geographical differences, um, yeah, there's a lot of like bricks. There's a lot of bricks here, and like it's very uneven. But here, where I live, it's very straight roads and easy. So that was one thing that was pretty difficult. Another thing about Turkey is that there's a lot of cats and dogs just like sleeping on the street. And like in the US, if you see an abandoned cat or dog, usually they're a little scared when you approach them. But in Turkey, they aren't scared at all. Like you can walk up to them and they don't care. Usually, I just keep my distance a little bit just in case. But most of the dogs were also pretty fat as well, which was interesting. Um, let's see. Let me Okay, so cultural differences. Let me. I don't know if I should get into the videos that I have here or not. Okay, so one of the first things that I noticed is that um, in Turkey, you can't drink the tap water. You have to use one of these pumps here, and you have to buy water from the store. But where I live in the United States, you could just easily drink the tap water. It doesn't matter. The water, the lakes around here are very clean, and yeah, you can just drink the tap water. And I'm going to show a video here. Where is it? One second. Let me find it. It's when I tried. I tried Monty for the first time, and I'm going to explain what that is here in a second. Here it is. Okay, so this is my friend Jay Bahadur, and I lived in his apartment for 3 weeks, and he prepared a meal for me. But you can see in the bottom right here is one of those pumps. You have to pump the water. And also, I want to talk about the food a little bit. The food in Turkey is some of the best food I've ever eaten in my life because they use a lot of spices and everything tastes very natural. And the food is also very cheap as well. Like a meal on average probably costs around $3 to $5. Um, and within the 3 weeks that I spent in Turkey, I probably spent about $220 total. And that is pretty crazy because in the US, especially when you order like delivery, you have to pay taxes and fees and you have to tip. But in Turkey, you don't have to do any of that, which is really nice. But let's watch this video.
Okay, I'm recording. Yes.
This is traditional Turkish style mantı.
Oh.
So, Monty is sort of like Chef Boyardee, like ravioli, but without, there's no red sauce. It's more of like a creamier yogurt sauce on top. And there's also like some spices, and as you can see, he's pouring like a hot oil on it.
Whoa. Bro. Nice.
From Turkish chef.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Now you can start it.
Okay, let me go forward a bit. I'm gonna try it.
And bon appetit.
Okay. Afiyet olsun.
Afiyet olsun.
So in Turkish, when somebody serves you your food or before you eat, uh, you usually say the words afiyet olsun, which means like bon appetit.
That's correct.
Thank you, bro.
You're welcome.
Mmm. Mmm. Bro. Wow. No joke. Turkey has the best food that I've ever tasted in the world.
Really?
Yes. Like, in America, we have Mexican, we have Italian, like all this, but we never have Turkish food, you know?
This is true.
Maybe I should come over and open one.
Mm-hmm.
Really tasty. Really good. Um, Also, talking about food, this is my first time trying lahmacun, and this was also very tasty. Um, Let me show you guys. So, lahmacun is like a Turkish pizza. They put like ground meat on top. It's like lamb and beef and like peppers and onion, kind of like all ground together. And they use like I don't know if you can see in the back, probably not. In the back, they use one of those like wood fire ovens for like making pizza. So, yes, and you can add like lettuce and tomato and lemon on top. And so it's flat, like the middle part is kind of soft, but around the edges it's more like crispy. Çıtır çıtır. Çıtır çıtır in Turkish means crispy.
Oh wait,
You should add more salad, Ben.
more?
More.
Elena said I should add more salad. So I added.
Maybe.
Yes.
And then roll it.
That's correct.
Really good. Really tasty. Probably one of my favorite foods ever. Okay. So we also took a boat tour. So just to show you guys where we were, I believe we were in this area, and we took a tour from the eastern side to the western. Not really a tour, it's just kind of just going that way, and we were just on the boat. But the view was so beautiful, it was so nice.
Gonna make a turn, and we will be able to go forward. And while we are going forward, when we throw it, it's not gonna come back.
So, to explain, Bahadur in this bag, he has like kind of like bread, kind of like a bagel. It's called simit, and it was like a dried bagel. And what he did was, or what we did, is we took the simit and we would throw it to the birds. And I'll show you guys here. Really beautiful view. You can see the birds.
She didn't see. Oh, he's going back for it.
Oh.
Let's see.
Sometimes the birds catch it in the air.
Sure.
Take it.
Ah.
But they go into the water and get it. Guys, look at this though. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. So nice. Like the skyline.
Oh, shit. He got it.
Yeah.
Throw hard.
Ah.
Oh, see. He's going back for it.
Yeah.
Watch that.
Yeah.
He got it.
Yeah.
Really nice. So relaxing and calm. This was okay. So my time in Turkey, it wasn't too relaxing and calm because I had to, especially when you go on public transportation, you get on, you get off, you have to walk, you have to run, you have to go everywhere, and just having a time where you just sit down, just relax, it was really nice. So something like this I really enjoyed.
Wow, they're fast.
Really fun time. You're lucky they didn't try to eat it off your head. It's Speaking of food, I'm at McDonald's. You want some? Sure, yeah. Actually, what's funny about Turkey is that Burger King is more popular than McDonald's, which is funny. Um, okay. I want to talk about the sports in Turkey. I remember, one second. We all got together to watch the Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce uh, football match. And if you don't know, these are the two biggest teams in Turkey. And the match lasted literally less than a minute. I'll show you guys here. Okay, wait. Okay, so here's the kickoff. Keep in mind, this is the biggest match uh, in Turkey. Like the two of the biggest teams, and this is like the Super Bowl in America. Okay, really big match. 45 seconds in, and he scores. So the other team, you would think that they would want to compete and they want to score a goal and they go back and forth, but the other team said, "No, no, no, they're cheating. They're cheating." Like the owner said, "No, they're cheating. This team is cheating. We're done." And I was like, "What?" Like the team just not really like forfeited, they just gave up. I guess they did forfeit. I don't know. And I was disappointed because I wanted to watch like a competition, you know? So then they just had their second teams go out and compete, which isn't very fun. That's the first time I've seen something like that though. Like, why? Yep, it was really weird. I heard Fenerbahce is having a hard time nowadays. So they did it on purpose. Yeah, I was, when I first saw that, I was quite confused, to say the least. Okay, so going back to the cultural differences, another thing, and sometimes I forget to do this, you have to take off your shoes before entering the house or apartment. And I remember working at the park, I we had two guys from Thailand, and I went to their room. I entered their room and I forgot to take off my shoes, and they gave me a strange look. And I was like, "Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry." Just cultural difference. Okay. Another thing, in the United States, we have free drink refills, so we can fill up our drink as much as we want. But in Turkey, they really love chai. They really love tea. And for example, when we were eating breakfast and I finished my tea, they would always ask, "Do you want another one? Do you want another one?" And they're just always making tea. Speaking of which, thank you to my teacher Hanne for the Turkish tea here. I need to make it. And also, I need to buy a çaydanlık, which is like, here, I'll show you guys 1 second. Uh, 1 second. It's very useful. So basically, in the bottom half, in this bigger one, you fill it with water and you wait for that to boil. And while that's boiling, you put some tea grounds in the top with a little bit of water. And you pour this one first into the little teacup. And it depends. If you want it really strong, then you pour a lot of this in. But if you want it a little like not so strong, you just pour a little bit and then add water. And then of course there's like a little spoon to stir it. And the tea package looks kind of like this, and then you add the tea. Usually, for me, in the United States, tea is not too common. Like, I only drink tea when I'm sick or like when it's cold outside. But for them, they drink it every day. It's kind of like Britain, Great Britain as well. They are famous for tea. Okay, let me go back to these videos here. So we're walking along the sea here, and we decided to go to this bookstore. I think this is a famous bookstore, D&R. I remember seeing this in the mall as well. But we went to this bookstore.
So this one, I think it's like $50.
50.
Yeah.
It's a little over $1,000.
So this camera, this like Polaroid camera in the United States is only like $40 or $50, but in Turkey it's 1,000 US dollars. No joke. 1,000 bucks. Like, the price for technology just costs so much. The same with cars as well. It costs a lot. So we were just looking at this stuff, and then on the second floor, there's drones. Let me go. On the second floor, there's a library. And I wanted to buy a children's book because I want to establish a tradition where I buy a children's book from each country that I visit, so I can make like a small library. And I'll show you guys the book here. Her şey nerede? It's like, where is everything? And it's nice, the illustration. Onunde, which means like in front of. Baban televizyonun onunde. So my dad is in front of the television. Arasında is like next to. Anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, I'm excited to carry on that tradition. Another thing about Turkey is that you'll see a lot of old men have this same hairstyle. It's hard to see. Where it's like bald here and then a little hair on each side. And usually on the public transport, you'll notice that they don't have like a smartphone. They have a phone with like the buttons, and they also read like the physical newspaper, which is pretty funny. Çok hoş bir kitapmış. Evet. Evet. Coming your way with food, be prepared. I don't know if you're being serious or not. Okay. So yeah, I bought a book from there. It was really nice.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you read it?
Köpek. kulübenin içinde, kıyafetler dolabın içinde, basit cümleler var, yiyecekler torbanın içinde,
Yes.
peynir ekmeğin üstünde. This one's good for me.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is for as a memory. That one is very good.
yeah,
But also, like to read, like study read,
yes.
you should buy this kind.
Okay.
Or I don't suggest you to buy.
Oh.
Just go online for PDFs.
How much is
Let me check,
that?
which is like $4.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the book was only like $4, which isn't bad at all. Like everything is quite cheap except for, like I said, technology and stuff like that. Okay, so I want to show you guys the Grand Bazaar. Very, very cool place. It's very crowded though, but there's a lot of like little small shops everywhere. I'll show you guys.
I want to check. Just
Okay.
is it okay? They are so crowded, so
Oh,
Look at this, guys.
The lamp of Aladdin.
So vibrant and colorful.
Burası çarşı, kapalı çarşı.
çok iyi, çok
Oh, not the Grand Bazaar. This is Kapalı Çarşı. Excuse me.
çok renkli, canlı.
Değil mi?
Evet.
I said very colorful and vibrant.
Hocam biletler ne kadar? Metresi 40 lira. Sınırsız sayıda metre verebiliyor musun? Sen önce o şeyi al.
So they sell all kinds of things. Here soon. Wait. Let me go back a little bit. Was this before? Okay, no. You'll see some very cool lamps here in a sec. Some clothes. Look at these lamps. Jerseys, football. You'll see the cool shoes, although the shoes are probably fake. And you'll see, like, look at this. Another thing about Turkey is that about 30% of people smoke there. Like dentists, doctors, kids. So many people smoke. And I'm not sure if this kid is smoking a vape or a cigarette, but you'll see him smoking.
1,000% fake.
sounds very cool, right?
Wow, yeah.
Guys, watch this. Look how cool this is.
Çok lamba var. Çok renkli lambalar var.
So cool. And you'll see some Turkish delights here. Very, very cool. Damn, it's a lot for children's book in Turkish lira, but sounds cheaper when compared to US prices, I guess. Really? Wow. I'd say for a children's book in the US, it's probably like 15, 10 to $20. So $4 is like nothing. Okay, let's keep going. They have some different sweets and pamuk şeker, cotton candy.
Bak diyorum ya sen böyle yaparsan sana alışveriş yapamayacağız. Saat geç olacak.
Another thing that's nice as a linguist is like just hearing the language around you every day. Just even if you don't understand, it's nice to have that. Let's keep going. Okay, so this is like the main entrance to Kaplı Çarşı.
Whoa.
Very bright lights. Everything is very colorful. How many in they By the way, what's up, Cole? Thanks for joining, bro. How many days in total were you gone? So I was gone for 3 weeks. So a little over 3 weeks, like 23, 24 days. Let me skip forward. So here they sell all types of different tea. You'll see pink rose tea, jasmine tea, relaxed tea, love tea. And then I think I said in Turkish, I said, if I drink every tea, I think I will become a superhero.
These are herbal tea. Different kind of herbal tea. Biz malız ya. İstanbul'da hiç ilgilenmiyoruz İstanbul'da.
Oh, somebody said zdrasti to me.
Biz malız ya.
Oh, здравствуйте. Okay. So this guy, I think he's Russian. Funny story. Most people that I encounter think that I'm Russian because of my appearance. So they always approach me and then they start speaking Russian with me. And I remember we went on to the bus one time and there were 3 Russian women on the bus. And as soon as they saw me, they kind of like looked at me a little bit and then they said, "Ty Ruski?" Like, "Are you Russian?" And then I said, "Нет, я американец." Like, I responded in Russian. I said, "No, I'm American." And then when I said that, they gave me like a second look, like, "What the heck?" And I explained like, "Я американец, но я немного знаю русский язык." Like, I'm American, but I know a little Russian. And they were really interested with that.
İstanbul'da hiç ilgilenmiyoruz İstanbul'da.
Oops, sorry, let me make this smaller. Sorry.
Let me
Go forward.
I don't know how you call this one.
Papatya.
Red rose. Huh. Oh, this is cool. Like these ones ones.
Some cool like little pins and patches here.
It's nice.
You can see Viagra tea.
Viagra.
Whoa.
For you,
Love
bro.
tea.
For you. Detox tea. I wonder that jasmine tea though.
Eğer her çay içersem sonra kahraman olacağım. Değil mi?
I think if I drink every tea, then I will be a superhero.
Like an engine, never stops.
Funny, funny moment. I think the Russian women were hitting on you, bro. I swear, I think she was one of the women was giving me a look, that look, bro. You know that look. Food getting cold out here. Are you actually out? Wait, sorry. Is he actually outside my window? Okay, one of my friends is literally outside my window right now while I'm streaming. This is really bad timing. I'm gonna play a video for you guys while I go out and get the food. We went to a Catholic church, and you guys can watch this for a second.
Dude, I'm gonna ask you this. I have seen that circle things in another churches in different countries too. Do you know the meaning of that circle? And the stones are like the
Which
sticks are going around, and there is something in the middle.
the top one?
Yes, the on in the middle one, not the top one, not the blue one. Right down.
The biggest.
The biggest. I've seen that many times in the different countries too.
I don't know.
Hatırlıyor musun? Kotor'da görmüştük benim böyle bir şey.
How you know this Orthodox or not?
I don't know. Maybe it would say on the door. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, you cannot know from the outline.
I don't know. Because in America the churches don't
So-
look like this. This is like really nice, you know.
One of my friends came to my house and gave me McDonald's. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Cole said something. Let me see. Using multiple languages. Sorry. Using multiple languages to pick up women is arguably some of the best riz. Bro, I know. If you can switch between them, dude, Riz is undefeated. But sometimes, like for example, if I'm speaking a lot of Russian and then I switch over to Turkish, the only thing that comes to mind is Russian words, so it's kind of hard. But yes, that is undefeated Riz. Let's check out this Catholic church. As you can see, the architecture is like really old and cool, very detailed. Afiyet olsun.
No, you can.
It's okay.
Oh. Great.
You can hear
This is
the songs playing.
İsa Mesih.
And as you can see, I look completely different from everyone else. Like you can tell that I'm a foreigner because most Turkish people they have like very darker hair and they have the brown eyes, or in like tan skin, and I'm tall, white skin, like lighter eyes, and I stand out. You can see Jesus there, and the glass glass windows are really cool. Let's go forward a bit. Just a really cool experience, just seeing this stuff. I have some advice for people who haven't traveled. Definitely get your passport, go to another country, experience something new, and get out of your comfort zone. Very cool. And then I'll show you guys, I visited a mosque, another place of worship. And before entering the mosque, there are a couple of rules. You can see this guy is working as like security kind of. Women have to wear the hijab, and men have to wear shorts that are below the knee. So Bahadir, unfortunately, he was wearing shorts above the knee, and this guy was looking at him like, oh, dude, what are you doing? He was about to kick him out, but Bahadir acted like he doesn't know Turkish, like he doesn't speak it, he's like a foreigner. So then the guy was like, okay, whatever, just go ahead. So do not step here with shoes. You have to remove your shoes.
I can go?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as soon as you walk in, it's like a very soft carpet. Very tall ceilings and like it's kind of like domed at the top. Very bright lights as well.
I'll look for them. They may steal them.
And also, I was really surprised. I went to another mosque and I saw a cat. There was a cat in the mosque, and little kids would chase the cat because apparently in Islam, they view cats as a holy animal. Cool spot. Um, let's see. What else? We went to like different museums and stuff. Just show you guys the street view. Very crowded spot. Cool area. So we went to a museum, just checked it out a bit. Nothing crazy. But this 360 camera is really sick.
Çok sakin bir yer.
I said a very calm place. And that's another thing about Turkey is that everything is just so crowded, and I'm used to more of like a calm place, you know, being from the Midwest in America. So that was another thing that was difficult for me. I'm kind of going all over the place here. Oh, we had a nice street performer here. just just So nice, right? So this guy, in Turkish, you call like an older man, like an uncle, kind of, you call him amca. In English, we just say unk, unk or grandpa. But he didn't have any teeth, and he was singing a song. Apparently, he was singing. So nice. And then, okay, so here's kind of like outside of a mosque area. Very cool towers. Very cool. And there's security and the hours. Very cool place. When I was in Turkey, most of the time the weather was good, but there was one day that was like raining really, really bad. And I'll show you guys here. I went to this museum, Basilica Sistine, and it was a really cool experience. Um, like I said, it's kind of like a like Roman or Greek place, and there's like ruins and very cool lights as well. Just walking around there. And also, here's some more photos. Went to that mosque. Just a really cool area. And shout out to my teacher. She has like the iPhone 14 or 15, so the quality of these photos are really nice. And then we went to a cafe after, and I had like this cake with like a caramel drizzle on top with like some Turkish coffee. And by the way, I did buy some Turkish coffee. It smells so good. It's very rich coffee. And the tea, of course. But also, another thing about Turkey is that they hand out like these wet wipes kind of after you eat. It's very common to receive these. Where I live, it's not too common to receive that. And I know that this is random, but let me show you guys some Turkish money really quick. Funny encounter, especially in Istanbul. Yes, it is very crowded in Istanbul. I don't think I would go back to Istanbul. Maybe a smaller place. So this is the largest bill in Turkey. This is 200. To put into perspective, in US dollars, this is like $6. And this is their largest bill. That is crazy to me. This is their most famous politician, Ataturk. When you're walking on the streets or when you're riding the bus, you will probably see him a handful of times, like a lot of times actually, because they hang up pictures of him everywhere. He was really important for Turkey's history. Like he is like our Abraham Lincoln, like our most important president. He is like this man right here. Except we don't really hang up pictures of our presidents that much. Also, I noticed that in Turkey, a lot of people have a lot of pride in their country. But here, like, if you have a lot of pride in your country, if you hang up a lot of flags, it's seen as kind of like a country thing. Like, you're very country. Like, you drive your pickup truck and, you know, make America great again type thing. Let's see. Let me make this smaller. Also went to like and tried some like Arab food, and they had this really cool little sink on the side with like a bar of soap hanging. And in this Arabian restaurant, or I guess in Arab culture in general, they eat hummus just straight up out of the bowl, like with a spoon. And then they also have like these chickpeas and tomatoes and different things in the bowl. And you can also use the kind of like flatbread, this pita, to like dip it in there. And then over here, there's like peppers and pickle and onion, whatever, to add. Thought that was pretty cool. The church that I went to here. And I don't know. I think I covered about everything. I've been streaming for 55 minutes now. Um, so when I went or when I took public transportation, there's like a main road here that it goes, and there's like 13 or 14 stops. And I'll show you guys here. Let's see. Let me just type in Marmara Park. Maybe it'll take me to it. Is this it? Yeah, so a lot of people, when you go to get on the bus, you have to take this like escalator to go up, and then you walk across the bridge, and then you need to use your Metro card like this, and you can add money to it and all that. And but as a foreigner, sometimes it's hard to know like where the stops go, where it ends. So I had to use like I had to look up like a list of the different stops on my phone to make sure I'm going to the right place. But the traffic is so crazy. Like everybody has their own lane. Some people don't use like turn signals. Like in the US, we have police, and then we have like cameras that take pictures if you go too fast. But here in Turkey, nobody really follows the rules, so the police is just like, what's the point, you know? So there is police, but they aren't very strict when it comes to um, like traffic laws. So yeah, here's the bus. And by the way, during the holidays, the public transport is free for people. So that means it is incredibly, incredibly busy. So most of the time you would just be like shoulder to shoulder with people and packed in like sardines. It was crazy. Let's see. Do you have a chesve pot to make the coffee? Unfortunately, I don't, but I think I will order one on Amazon. My friend Bahadur told me like you can't really make the coffee without that, so I need to order that. I think that might be the end of my stream. Uh, not, I think like 6 or 7 people came out. If you came out to watch the stream, thank you. I really appreciate it.